name is Jeff.
My hand. I'm waiting. What's going on, you guys? We're here at the 13 Fishing booth, and we're trying to figure out some new, awesome stuff that they're dropping. We got Dave here. He's going to give us a rundown on this, the Jabberjaw Deep.
Yeah, this is, everybody I think by now is familiar with this. We try to keep secrets. I try to talk them into keeping secrets, but we couldn't do this one. We just bring it out and show the whole world right away. But this is the Jabberjaw, what everybody's been talking about. Shallow water. Basically what it is a combination between like a chatterbait and a square bill. You know, your two best shallow water baits, rocks, grass, whatever it is. And this right here was even a surprise to me at ICast. Sometimes they like to throw little curveballs in there. I never saw this bait, didn't test it before it came out. I'm just seeing it for the first time, so I haven't thrown it in the water, but I can tell you what we asked for. We wanted this guy to run, you know, to get down in that 6 to 10 foot range. And this one's supposed to be in that 7 to 9 foot range. I'm assuming with lighter line you can get it down to that 10, I'm hoping. But we wanted something that was just a little better at digging into the rocks. You know, we want to be able to get down in there and really dig and make commotion down in there. And if anybody's used that, you know how much it shakes that rod, you know. This one is supposedly going to do twice that damage. So we're real excited about the Jabberjaw Deep. All the good colors, same colors that are in the shallow. And yeah, that's my personal favorite right there. But you know, you want those good crawdads, you want the chartreuses, you want the bright stuff, you want the shad imitations. I'm real excited about these, you know, those crawdad ones, and getting out there and throwing these things around in the spring. But that's when they're going to be available, this spring.
I'm thinking that one might disappear
right now.
Yeah, go ahead, take it. Don't tell anybody.
Look at the mud bug punch and the tail.
Lord. Oh man, I like the map
over here. That's these blue ones.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Old Greg.
Old Greg. That is so cool.
The natty light. You guys got this naming convention on lock. I gotta say that.
Which we found out. We were digging in on the naming conventions for like the concepts and like all the different reels.
Which is a whole interesting story in it.
A lot more of a process than I would have thought.
Oh really?
But like just the bait names and the colors.
Oh yeah, so good.
Fun. I mean, these guys are just fun to work with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a lot of
awesome.
fun.
One thing I love.
Fun is good.
One thing we've always loved about 13 Fishing, and it kind of shows in like the DNA of the company, right? Like, you're not gonna like take, oh, you're doing something that's like somebody else is doing, and it's a little bit different.
No.
Like it's like, this was a cool idea, and we're just gonna do it.
No,
like,
it's fun. We have ideas. It takes 2 seconds because they have all the equipment in the U.S. right here in Florida.
Yeah.
And it's real quick. You get the samples in your hands immediately, and we're testing stuff, and the next thing you know, they're sitting on a counter at ICast.
Crazy.
That's awesome, man.
Dave.
We appreciate
You're
you,
the man.
man.
Nice to meet you guys.
You too, brother.
Thank you.
He just ripped it off like a jerk.
Oh, did he?
Oh, it's cool. That was only their floor display. No big deal. Yes, he really did. We're all laughing.
I went to.
We are
I went
laughing.
I went to Z-Man earlier and broke.
I went to Z-Man. I broke one of their displays, and then I came over
When
to
I came to
13 Fishing.
13,
I
I was like,
broke
hey.
one of theirs. I'm headed over to Hobie now.
Let's do it.
Kaylee, would you mind doing a
It's Riley.
Riley, I'm an insane person. Would you mind doing a very quick introduction? That will make the flick. I'm fine looking like an idiot.
I'm Riley. I'm with 13 Fishing, and today we're going to kind of talk about a few soft plastics coming out. We have a few that were hit in 2020 and didn't get a whole lot of attention, so we're going to kind of put them in front of you guys today. To start us off, we're going to start off with the grass swim bait. This one's called the Pleasure Shad. It's got a really specific tail design so that body doesn't roll over. There's a lot of water kind of coming through there, so I thankfully was a part of the design on the tail of that one. Kind of cut some edges out. For example, this isn't the same tail, but we kind of made a cut out of each side of these so that that water is able to come through and give you a lot of really good action in the tail part. So that's pretty awesome.
And you did that with your fingernails.
I have my fingernails, these
On
ones right
the
here.
fly.
Very casually fix that bait.
Oh, is that broken?
One of the coolest parts about this is it's actually super versatile. You can run it on the top water, get that top water action on the tail. You can run it just under the water, get a little bit of weight on there. You can Texas rig it, dive it down to the bottom of the water. Whatever you like, it's very versatile, so that's a cool deal.
I feel like maybe she knows what she's talking about.
She knows a little bit, yep.
All right, so we hit on these in 2019, so we're gonna jump back over here. In 2019, we released a joystick, and that hit us into the 2020 version of the joystick Ultra Thin. That's kind of more your finesse style of the joystick. The cool part is this can be a drop shot bait. We can put this even on a Texas rig. It's gonna have to be a little smaller, but I'm super excited to throw this one. I actually have not gotten on the water with that one, but a drop shot bait for sure.
You just said drop
Finesse
shot and
and drop
finesse.
shot?
We ready? Who's that?
This guy loves drop shot. It's his favorite thing.
Robbie's one of our boys. You know, he always represents the MB flag.
So that moves us into our, we hit on these in 2019, that moves us into our bubble butt worm, which was designed in 2020 and released.
Who did that?
Bye.
I was an intern.
She's over here. You know what case we should do? We should do this display case because all of these have my name on them.
Yeah.
So I was a design intern with 13 in 2019 out of college. So I was able to get on that project too, so that was exciting. It's really cool to see it live and in person. This is actually able to purchase right now. It was available last year. So the coolest part about this is we actually have an air pocket in the back. That's why they call it the bubble butt. It's got a little bubble pocket in there. We also put 2 little edges here. So when it's diving down with that Cinco action, that tail's gonna float up. So you can put this on a shaky head too if you want, but Texas rigged is just fine too. I've caught a mini fish on this, which is pretty cool. And that edges in here will actually wiggle the tail, so you get a lot of action in it too.
Nice.
All right, and that moves us to our final case. We got a lot of our
Was one of these
lifelike
maybe
style.
in the Monster Bass box?
Is this? Yeah. So the blunt force finesse.
We call that the
Blunt force
BFF
finesse.
for short.
That one is going to be in the Monster Bass. Was in the Monster Bass box, or
It's
is
in,
it coming?
it's in August. Should be in
It's
the
in the
August
August box. Why is that so hard?
bag.
Oh, no, it's I can't. It's gonna be the August bag.
Good job, Paul.
All right, so that moves us into our newest soft plastic of the year. This is our 2021 release, is the Lunch Bug. It's got a really, really cool craw action. It's a little bit different than the Ninja Craw we released in 2019. He has some action in the front end, but it's not as much as that Lunch Bug that we just released. The coolest part about both of them is they both have a solid body pour. So if you're flipping or punching with these, they shouldn't give you any issues on the tear or anything like that.
You know what's really interesting about these colors is Jeff broke that one.
Yeah. Jeff totally was a witch in our witch's brew right here.
He literally walked up and he's
I
like,
was
these
like-
are cool. Whap!
Not to mention, he also broke the 3D print. We're just gonna blame that on him.
I like how someone else broke that and they're gonna blame it on you. That's really smart. That is smart.
So more of a trailer craw. This was released in 2020 as well, but it's very similar to our Lunch Bug. Also a solid body pour. That's gonna give you a pretty cool action on the back of maybe a swim jig or even a jig on it. It's pretty perfect like that. Last but not least is the really cool Lizzie. Lizzie has a lot of action in the tail. It's got that same ribbon tail design that we released in 2019. So he's pretty cool. He looks very lifelike, and he's just kind of who he is.
Does Lizzie have to be a he? I mean, come on now. Dude, that is an aggressive Lizzie. All right, new name, Allie. Love it.
That way it can be a girl. Allie sounds good.
Nailed it. Riley, thank you so much.
You're
This was
welcome.
fantastic. We are going to steal her for the podcast.
Yes.
I already
Riley's
said it.
coming on the podcast. Let's do it.
I set it on camera so that she can't say no when we come and ask. We're like,
It's now fact.
It stays in the flick.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
This was
welcome.
awesome.
Nice to meet you.
That's what 13 Fishing has going. Maybe we're gonna go talk about those in a hot
Look at
second.
Yeah, when you come back tomorrow, you can steal this back. Since you broke it.
Because we don't need it.
Sounds great. I want to show you a couple new combos they got going on, but also a couple new reels. Check this out. So this one right here, it's a Z2, which means it's a size 2.
Yep.
Like a 2000 size reel. But look at, wow. So not only does it have this crazy bright orange stuff going on, but look at this. That is a slide adjustment for your brake system. So instead of popping the side plate off,
Well, this whole spectrum here represents one change in the brake. So if you got it dialed
normally
in,
has 6 in there.
well there are 6, but this is like one in between. So let's say you're at 5. Let's say you're at 5. You can go up or down 1, just right here, real quick. So
4 to 6.
just like, oh, I'm dialed in. I'm gonna do a shorter cast or a longer cast, longer cast, shorter cast, right there.
That's absurd.
There he is.
He's back. He did it again.
I was looking for you guys.
All right, you guys, these just stood out to us. These are so freaking bright. So this is the radioactive series. This is a combo.
I'm trying to get the radioactive pickle.
Is it in there? Yeah, the radioactive pickle. This is gnarly, dude. So it's super bright, but this is their lower, like, entry-level reel, the Modus. And if you do the spinner, this one over here in this bright orange, it's called the Kalon. Where's the? Oh, it's over here. There you go.
Get it right here.
Kalon, right there. You got spinning setup. You got the big caster combo. I think this retails for like 170, 180 bucks. It's absolutely insane.